Welcome to the program, everyone. Support comes from 120 Life. High blood pressure is one of those things that doesn't always feel urgent until it hits close to home. And I've been paying more attention to my own numbers lately because the truth is, half of all adults have high blood pressure, and most people don't even feel it until it becomes a real problem. It's the number one risk factor for mortality. February is American Heart Month. If you've slipped on your New Year's resolutions, that's okay. This is a simple way to reset. 120 Life is a once-a-day functional drink made with super fruit juices that help support healthy blood pressure. It's not a pill, not chalky, not medicinal, just refreshing and easy to make part of your daily routine. And consistency matters here. Hundreds of doctors recommend it. Over 1,000 health professionals have supported its use. This isn't guesswork. Grab a home monitor, drink 120 Life daily, and check your numbers. Many people see improvement in as little as 2 weeks. So go to 120life.com, use the code DON for 20% off, get risk-free for 2 weeks. If your blood pressure doesn't come down, you get a full refund. Nothing to lose except high numbers or higher numbers. These statements have not been approved by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Always check with your doctor. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Don Lemon Show. You're here on a fantastic Wednesday. By the way, it was snowy. You know the weather. We've had a nor'easter. It has been crazy. Today was supposed to be as snowy, possibly as Monday, and it turns out it did not. It started at about 6 this morning, and guess what? No snow as of right now. Is it going to come back? I don't know. But it certainly inhibited a lot of travel, and it had me concerned about going to Washington, D.C., which I did not go. So I apologize to the folks did not make it, but I had to be here doing On Air Fest today. So that's going to be fantastic. We'll see what happens. But welcome. Good morning, everyone. Let me know where you are. Grand Rising, Gary. Gary says Grand Rising. And my friend Ayanla Van Zant says that as well. I see Yakima is here. Let me know where you're streaming. Also, producers, if you can put up the poll, did you hit the thumbs up yet? Did you hit the like? Did you hit the thumbs up? All the things. By the way, everyone, let me see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it here. I'm going to send it to you, Andy, so that I forgot to send it this morning. Andy's like, wait a minute, we just had the whole thing. We started on time. You're supposed to not spring things on me. Sorry, Andy, for springing this on you, but it's not that big a deal. Anyways, and it is a big deal. I just wanted the Lemon Nation to see what grandeur that they have upon themselves. I didn't watch last night. I waited for Kimmel and Colbert. I did not see Kimmel and Colbert, but ours. You should have watched last night, Amy Diaz. You should have watched us last night because I thought we did something that was brilliant, and we did it before. I think we did it a year ago, when he gave the first speech, which was not an official State of the Union, but basically we let him talk and we had him on in the background as we had a discussion about all the lies and all the antics. And it was a great show, well engaged. A couple 100,000 people watched. And look, I think that's the best way to cover it. And I didn't have to be there in the muck. And I understand why some people did not want to show up. So welcome to the Lemon Nation, all of the new members this morning, the Relaxed Garden. Welcome. I'm so glad that you got your 1-year membership to the Lemon Nation. Thank you. So hit the like and subscribe, everyone. It does affect the algorithm, the thumbs up. You can like and subscribe on any of our platforms, which includes YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, twitch.tv/Don Lemon. Don't forget that. Substack. On all the platforms, Facebook, just make sure you go there. You can become a free subscriber, or you can become a paid one or a paid member, and as well, a paid member, a paid subscriber, free, whichever one you want. The paid ones do help. Okay, so thank you for indulging me in that, and I hope that you are warm wherever you are, Columbus, Ohio, and that you're having a good Wednesday morning. I've got my tea going here in my Don Lemon Show mug. I've got my water that I keep in my Donley, like Stanley. And I am ready to go this morning. I think I'm going to have a coffee. I don't usually have coffee because it makes me jittery, but we'll see. Yeah, great show last night. Thank you, Sunshine. for saying that. Sunshine, Alec, I didn't see what the last name is. There's Sunshine. Liz, thank you very much. Yeah, it was good. Hi, Andy, Peter, and Nikki. Yes, thank you. Nikki is in transit right now, and Peter and Andy are on. Peter had we all had a long night, but Peter was actually in the middle of the swamp last night. And yeah, so wrangling guests for us. Mai Tai, thank you. You're welcome for the truth. Monique was fire last night. Now, look, thank you for saying that because we had really great organic conversations last night. I'm going to put my chair up a little bit. We had really great organic conversations last night. And there were people who were on the panel who disagreed with each other, but it wasn't just people fighting, and it wasn't people trying to pretend that what Donald Trump did was normal or that much of it made sense. None of that. We were debating the Democrats' response. And should Democrats, learn something from Republicans and fall in line? And so that was a great debate last night. And among other things, like what's next in the future. Can you put that one back up about the NAACP Image Awards? Thank you very much. Whoever mentioned that, it went past me about the NAACP Image Awards, because let's put this up. Last night, as we were on the air, Cardi B, I love Cardi B, Don Lemon, and I love SZA, or as I would say in the old days, SZA, SZA, when night one of the NAACP Image Awards virtual pre-show. So Barbie Brown, you got it. Congratulations, Don Lemon, on this. Congrats to Don Lemon on his NAACP award. You are truly the best journalist in independent news media. I thank you for that, but I really want to congratulate the Lemon Nation. It's really you guys who won. You voted. You demand the truth from us. You support us. And thanks to we have a really great team here, really fantastic. I'm telling you, the best team in streaming. So thank you to Andy, Peter, and Nikki, and also Chris, John, and Anders, the social team, and Tim, who's very helpful. My other half, my Kevin Costner bodyguard. And so thank you. So congratulations, Lemon Nation. How do you feel? The little engine that could. We have 2 so far NAACP Image Awards. There are others that I think are tonight or tomorrow, so we'll see. But look, we have 2. I'm happy. But it would be great. Can you imagine if we swept, if we sweep every category that we're in? And in some of the categories, it was weird. We were up against Michelle Obama. Oh my gosh. I mean, I felt so bad. I love Michelle Obama. We were up against Keke Palmer, Trevor Noah. Like, what? I was like, come on. And we did it. So you guys really love the Lemon Nation. Okay, so did you guys watch that mess last night? It was a hot, hot mess. And if you didn't watch it, we watched it because we were trying to watch it so that you wouldn't, because you don't have to. We did. We watched it and we discussed it. And by the way, I didn't hear a lot of it, just sort of the big moments. A hot, hot, hot mess. Andy, can you put up the chart of the length of this thing? Because the president made history last night. He did. He broke his own record. He broke his own history, his own record, standing before Congress there, delivering the longest State of the Union in American history. 1 hour and 47 minutes of excruciating, incomprehensible, tortuous, I don't know what he was doing. In that marathon of if you want to call it a speech, it felt like a medal ceremony to me. He insisted that he had engineered what he called a turnaround for the ages during his first year back in office. That turns out not to be true. I think America is pretty good and was pretty good before Donald Trump and not after Donald Trump. We are more divided. The economy is worse. People are just bickering and fighting with each other. We have our fellow Americans and also our immigrants being picked up on the streets without due process, detained, dragged, held behind bars in custody for no apparent reason at all. No accountability from the Justice Department. No accountability for this regime. I don't like to call it an American an administration. America is winning again, he proclaimed again and again and again and again. As if that he, just from him saying it, that he could make it true, because he does like to bend reality. You guys know that, right? Of course, we know better. Independents, young people, Latinos, genuinely, all voters are losing confidence in his handling of the economy and the general stewardship of our country. If you looked at the polls that we showed yesterday, we had them up constantly when we talked to lawmakers. That a CNN poll says overall, only 36% of people approve of Donald Trump, of his handling of as president. Independents, it was even far worse than that. I think it was like 24 or 26 or 24%. The Republican applause inside, if we have some video of it, we can show them just going up and down, Andy. The Republican applause inside the House chamber did not erase the anxiety outside of the House chamber, and people who are watching going, wait a minute, his words are saying one thing, but the reality, what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing, not saying anything. I mean, they were just up and down all night like trained seals. Like, okay, he was like, up, okay, now y'all sit down. Okay, up, and they would go, ooh, and dance on the ball or whatever it is on their nose. You know what I mean? And that's all he did. That's all they did. Can we show some video of last night? Just show the video as I'm talking about this, please. Of them standing up, just him talking and them standing up and sitting down. 2 hours of remarks. Look at them, up and down behind him. 2 hours of remarks. The president offered very few policy proposals. Instead, he leaned into the spectacle. He scolded Democrats as, and I'm quoting here, crazy for not standing or applauding his priorities, particularly on what he often refers to as, quote, transgender for everybody. Look at him, just up and down. Woohoo, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. The tone of his speech was back and forth. It swung dramatically. One moment he was soaring, painting glowing portraits of American success, even pointing to gold medals at the Olympics as proof of our national resurgence. Now, I'm going to get to that because, okay, congratulations to the hockey team. Okay, well, that goes without saying, I believe, but I'll say it anyways. But he used them as props and then had them ushered them in as if it was, they were coming out of the tunnel like a football team, or when talk show hosts come out of backstage onto the stage when they're about to, hey, come on out, everybody, the hockey team, and everybody stands up and whatever. It's like, usually people they're just sitting in the audience, and they sitting in the audience is our great American hockey team. They just won the gold, and congratulations to them. Everybody stands up, applauds, and then they move on to the next thing. This went on and on and on. Look at him. Look at up and down, up and down, up and down. Look at this. It's crazy. So he was doing that 1 minute, and then the next he pivoted to graphic descriptions of violent crime in the United States. Triumph and turmoil, conquest and chaos, victory, death, literally, that's what he's talking about. And speaking of death, Ilhan Omar defied the Democratic leadership and said, you killed Americans. She yelled it a couple of times when he was talking about immigration and cracking down on people. He said, you killed Americans. And she's right. He killed Americans, meaning this regime. Chaos, victory, and death, literally. Now, to be fair, President Trump has never been brief when addressing Congress. We know that, and we know he loves to bask in the glow of applause and cameras and all of that. So this is right up his alley. But every one of his speeches to the chamber has stretched beyond an hour. Last year, he delivered a defiant 100-minute address. That became the longest in modern history at the time until Tuesday night, until last night. For a decade now, the key to Donald Trump's political dynamism has been the fact that he's objectively a very talented showman. He understands how to control the media narrative, how to distract, how to deflect, how to seize eyeballs and clicks and all that. He knows that, right? He knows. When I said he was running in 2016, I was like, this man knows how to manipulate the media. He's going to win. So last night laid bare the fact that the president's superpower is gone. His State of the Union address was many things. It was deranged, it was delusional, yes, racist, yes, rabidly dishonest, of course, but I mean, more than anything else, It was rote. It was expected. It was boring. It was just plain boring. As soon as it was over, I had the social media team and Tim, and they walked in and go, my God, it was just boring. Like he had no energy. Although he was screaming, it just didn't land. I mean, you may think it did. I don't think it landed. I thought it was really boring. In 1 minute, I think Jen Psaki kind of sums up a lot of it. Here it is.
I was watching that. I was just thinking about the fact that we are just over 8 months from the midterm elections. And that is, no matter what number of people battled through that nearly 2-hour speech, it's still going to be his largest audience of the year. And if you're sitting in a White House before a speech for any president, you're thinking about a couple things. How does the president use that speech to give a message to not just the people in the chamber, but his political allies out there about what they should be talking about, what the agenda is, what the winning message is? And Trump decided to double down on things that are hugely unpopular. I mean, to your point, it was like a 3-part speech. There was the gross, violent pornography part of it. There was the circus entertainer part where he was bringing out unrelated people in vignettes. And then there was a part that was policy-ish, right? And that was doubling down on tariffs. In the ABC poll, 72% of independents disapprove. And doubling down on immigration and his policies, where 58% disapprove. So if you're a Republican sitting in there, you're a Republican running for office, that is not a speech that gives you a guidance, not a speech that helps you out there try to win.
Wow. So, hey, Clea from Johannesburg. Wow. Thank you for joining us. Clea from Johannesburg. Hi, Don and the Lemon Nation sending love from Johannesburg, South Africa. That's pretty fantastic. Let us know who's the furthest away. And thank you for being a part of the Lemon Nation. So she's right. Where was the policy in all of this? Where was the meat of it, rather than patting oneself on the back and saying, this is how great I am? If you have to say how great you are, then, it's just like just moments ago when you guys were saying, congratulations, Don, for the NAACP awards. And what did I say immediately? No, this is because of you. Anyone who's ever been in a leadership role knows that. Whenever my boss would send me a note and they would say, oh, great, when I was in corporate media, that was a great show last night, Don. I loved it. You did a great job. And I would say every single time, you know what? Teamwork. I have a really great team around me and they make me look good every single night. Thank you. Boom. Send. That's how I feel real leaders, because it takes, whatever he has accomplished, which is not much, it's usually because of perhaps your ideas and your leadership, but because of the people around you. You have really great people around you who make you look good. He doesn't have great people around him. So therefore, they don't make him look good. I mean, if you look at the controversy right now that Kash Patel is in. I mean, look at his performance. Look at what happened. They tried to turn a negative into a positive by inviting the team, but that didn't turn out so well. Very similar things with what's her name? You could show them, but I mean, it didn't turn out so well, and they're going to show you why. It didn't turn out so well, because they can't get out of their own way. I'll show you in just a minute. But also, look at Pam Bondi's performance a couple weeks ago. And I did not see Kristi Noem there, and there's probably a good reason. Was she there? I didn't see her. And you're right, Patty P, in the comments. Can someone tell me, what are we winning at? I think we're winning at losing. That's what we're winning at, losing. My friend over at CNN, Bakari Sellers, I think also sums it up as well.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it. I think that what people saw tonight was a president. First of all, I think the bar is in hell for Donald Trump. I've said it multiple times. I want to say it again. The
Can you
president
pause
of
that,
the United
please?
States.
Bakari, the bar is not in hell. The bar is like below the Earth's crust into another galaxy. That you have someone who is a convicted felon, you have someone who has been adjudicated in a civil court of sexually assaulting a woman. You have someone who is in the Epstein files, been accused of similar things. You have someone who can barely string a sentence together. His subject-verb agreement, his grammar is terrible. The bar is an awful businessman, bankrupt, all that, sues people all the time. The bar is past hell. The bar is like below. That's the only thing I disagree with my friend Bakari Salazar, at least at this moment. Keep going.
He's aged. He's old. He's incompetent. His subjects and verbs, they fight often. He's not a great orator. I mean, there is nothing comparable to Barack Obama. There's nothing comparable to George W. Bush. There's nothing even comparable to Joe Biden in terms of oratory and what you saw tonight. So that.
Okay, he said the same thing I said. He's right. And here's the thing, too. At least, I don't think George Bush was a great orator, but the guy was likable. And he wasn't very good at it, but he would just go, hey, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me, shame on whatever. And he would screw it up, and then he would just laugh, right? Because he knew he screwed it up. But at least he was likable somewhat. There's nothing likable about Donald Trump. As I tell you, and I truly believe this, Donald Trump sounds like he is regurgitating something that he ate, that he is vomiting when he speaks. He's always like, and we have the best economy in the world. That's what he sounds like. Always complaining. And his rumblings are desperate, Senator Warnock. Roll it.
Americans are literally being disappeared off of the streets by masked men jumping out of unmarked cars. Donald Trump knows that he is losing. We heard tonight the rumblings of a desperate man who's trying to present the best case he can for the midterms. It was half lies, half grievances. He knows that he is quickly losing power. And so a signature part of his plan, as he expressed it tonight, was to try to find some way to pass the so-called SAVE Act. They certainly aren't trying to save America. They're trying to save their power at any cost.
And he is not wrong. That's exactly what he is trying to do. Exactly. Look, I'm going to play some things that maybe you missed it. And maybe you didn't see the Ilhan Omar moment. We're going to explain that to you. And the women's hockey team, they have a great clap back for Donald Trump. First, a word from our sponsors. 2 minutes. Support comes from Shopify. When I started the Don Lemon Show, I had to figure out everything myself. Scripts, lighting, logos, merch, you name it, everything. Every day, the to-do list got longer. And when you're building something from scratch, you need tools that simplify your life. Not complicated. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. So Shopify powers millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. from major brands to first-time entrepreneurs. We use Shopify for our merch, and it makes the entire process seamless. You can build a beautiful online store with ready-to-use templates that match your brand. Their AI tools help write product descriptions, headlines, even enhance product photos. And when you're ready to grow, Shopify helps you reach customers through email and social campaigns. So it always handles the back end, inventory, international shipping, returns, all of it. If you're ready to sell, you are ready for Shopify. So start your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/lemon. That's shopify.com/lemon. This episode is brought to you by Wild Grain. You all know I love good bread. There's something about warm sourdough or a flaky croissant that just feels like home. Wild Grain is the first bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, artisanal pastries, and fresh pastas, and everything bakes in 25 minutes or less. Now, I tried the sourdough loaf, the croissants, and the fresh pasta. The croissants were my favorite, crisp on the outside, soft and buttery inside. And the sourdough had that real slow fermented flavor you just don't get from most grocery store bread. Wild Grain uses simple ingredients that you can actually pronounce, No preservatives, no shortcuts. Their boxes are fully customizable, including gluten-free vegan and a new protein box. It's perfect for quick weekday dinners or a cozy weekend brunch. Having an artisan bakery in your freezer during the winter, that is a win. And right now you get $30 off of your first box plus free croissants for life at wildgrain.com/lemon. Use the promo code lemon at checkout. That is wildgrain.com/lemon, or use the promo code lemon at checkout. Thank you to our sponsors. Okay, we are back, baby. We're back and we're better than ever. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Okay, can you guys do that for me right now? Hit the thumbs up, hit the like. It affects the algorithm. More people become aware of our channel, and it does. When you hit that thumbs up, I'm going to tell you, the more people hit it, that the algorithm picks up on that. They're saying there's a conversation happening now live. People are engaged. They're hitting the thumbs up, and they start sending it out to other people. So do that for me right now. Okay, so this is Democrats defied last night the leadership who told them to just, just sit there and, be just, quiet and, respectable and compliant and don't really say anything, really just be sort of emotionless. But put this up. This is from Axios. Democrats defy leadership and disrupt Trump's State of the Union speech. Dems defy their own leaders by relentlessly disrupting the speech. That's from Axios of the State of the Union. And then there's a picture, if you scroll down, that is Ilhan Omar there, Rashida Tlaib. They are not happy. They are telling the president that you killed people. You have killed people. They're not so wrong. That moment played out. And people tried to, the folks in the chamber tried to hush them up or drown them out, I should say, with cheer, applause, and USA. Watch.
Penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
And you should be ashamed of yourself. To me, this moment was akin to Pam Bondi not turning around to look at the victims. Donald Trump demonizing Americans, no matter what they are. Americans, I don't, in this instance, he talked about Somalian Americans, but just demonizing people and then not realizing that people are upset. They don't like that Americans have been killed by these ICE agents. And she's, no matter what you feel about her, because, the Trump administration, Republicans have just demonized her so much, made her into a caricature of a person of herself, that, she's right. They're both right. You, meaning this regime, the Trump regime, you have killed Americans. Americans have died because of the actions of these ICE agencies, poorly trained goons who are out there. And let's talk about the racism, shall we? Because Representative Al Green was back. Remember the first time he got kicked out because that iconic moment of him with his cane at the first, this was a joint session of Congress, or a joint remarks before Congress, or address to Congress, I should say. The first one, everyone thought it was a State of the Union, but it was not the State of the Union. This is, you got to be in office for a year, so that because you don't know the State of the Union if you just got there, like what? So Representative Al Green was back at it, and you know what Donald Trump did regarding the Obamas, depicting them as apes. Representative Al Green came ready. This was his sign last night. Black people are not monkeys, are not apes, he said. Blacks are not apes. He did it outside of the chamber, and he did it inside of the chamber, and he was removed. Do we have the video of it? There was a great picture of him, and I think Donald Trump was in the foreground. There it is. Look at that. Black people aren't apes. This man is pretty cool. Here's a moment with him.
And we will never go back to where we were.
Can you back up a little bit? Can you let me just roll that? Okay, so look at these people. Now, can you imagine if someone had depicted white people as some sort of thing? Now, just back up and look at these people's reactions. This is their reaction to racism, is to be offended by someone telling the truth. Why are you offended by black people? Someone saying black people are not apes. And then someone like, get out. What is wrong with this country? What is wrong with these people? And I would say what's wrong with white people, but there are a couple of Byron Donalds and Tim Scotts and give me another, I don't know, there's one more, who are always like kissing up to it and making excuses for it. And I saw Tim Scott. Tim Scott last night standing there waiting to shake the president's hand, and he said that was one of the racist things he had ever seen. It was a very cold. I don't know if you had that moment, and oh man, I had that moment, and I took it out of the rotation. But there was a moment last night, and it was a very kind of cold reception that Donald Trump gave Tim Scott on his way out of the door last night. Yeah, it was interesting to watch. I wonder if it's in this particular tranche of information. Oh yeah, okay. I have it. I've got it, Andy. We're gonna put it up. I found it. Thanks to the social guys, it's here. And I want you to watch the reception from Tim Scott and look at these people are just standing there and they're waiting and they're just butt munchers. I hate to say that so early in the morning, but that's the truth. I'm going to I got time today. I got some time today. So let me know when you get that up, Andy. So look, black people aren't apes. And then they get upset at the guy, and they should be like, yeah, you know what? Black people are not apes. When he did that shit, that was fucked up. Hey, I stand with you, Representative Green. I get it. I get it. And it's awful that you have to do this. So here is, I think Andy has it. Okay, here's Donald Trump. Thank you, Andy. Now, I want you to pay close attention to this, and I'm gonna talk over it, but just play it low sound, Andy, if you can. Here. So this is him leaving. There they go. Now, Tim Scott is to the right of the screen on Donald Trump's left. He's standing there. Now, you may miss it. And so this is them just glazing him as he's walking out. Okay, so Tim Scott is like right in this vicinity right here. Boom, there he is, okay? He's right behind, like right in this vicinity. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. Look, right there, yeah. Barely acknowledges him. You see him there to the right? He's probably not happy with him for that tweet. And Tim Scott turns away, he knows it. Now he's looking back. See, look how he's greeting everybody, looking him in the eye. He didn't do that with him. This is my take on it. There, look at them. Oh, hey, Mr. President, I love you, boss. Oh, this is so great. You're such a great man. Gross. That's a good question, Doritha, in the comments. Why aren't white people offended? I think there are white people offended, but I mean the people in that room we're talking about here. We're not generalizing. Oh, I know a lot of white people who are offended by the ape things, and a lot of Republicans were. Look at John Kennedy. Come on. You killed it. Did you hear him? Just glazing it up. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, look at that. And now, hold on. Pause, please, Andy. Back up a little bit for that hat. Back up. Pause right there. So they're always talking about decorum, right? Decorum, respect. Why are you doing this? Why are you wearing a baseball cap on the House floor at the U.S. Capitol? Why are you wearing a baseball cap? If you want to talk about decorum. William Brown is on the screen right now commenting. He's a white man in his photograph. He says, I'm offended by Donald Trump every day. I agree. I do think that there are a lot of white people who are offended. I know that there were a lot of people who were offended by that. Glizzy glazers, yes, 100%. That's what they are. So you can, keep rolling, Andy. But there you go. They're just, I love you. It's look, got invited to go to this mess last night. I don't mean just invited down to be at the events or whatever. I mean invited to sit in the chamber, and I did not go. Because why on earth would I do that? When I asked Mark Kelly yesterday, Senator Mark Kelly, because he's been targeted by this administration, by this president, and he said he went because he wanted the president to know, and all of them there, that they're not going to stop him, and he's not afraid. So amen to him. Amen to him. And I respect him for doing it, but look, he's an elected official, so I understand it. Did not need to happen. So, and I understand why some of the electeds did not go. Now, can we get to, and I did not want to be used as a prop, but here's the thing. Not that that would happen, but I just didn't want that possibility. So here's the thing. People are often used as props there. This whole medal ceremony, this is not about doing this out of the goodness of the president's heart or any of that. This is about a show on television. And the way that they did the men's hockey team, I thought they kind of did them dirty because they used them as props, like they were some sort of show ponies to be trotted out. And look, they're grown people. They voluntarily did it. I don't know why they're there. I would not want to be associated with this administration. Congratulations on them winning the gold medal at the Olympics. Okay, that's a whole other thing. But I want you to remember what it took for them to do this. The president, he said this on the phone call that he would send a private jet for them or a military jet for them to, I think it was a military jet, to come home from Italy and be at the State of the Union. He called them in the locker room. And then rather than them just sitting in the audience and them saying, and we have members of the men's soccer team who just won the gold, stand up if you want, or there they are in the crowd, the camera points to them, everybody says rah, 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 and then you move on. This went on for a while. Go.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Okay, this went on forever. They stood there, and then he gave other people medals. Now, here's the reason that, because everyone's going, I can't believe you're disrespecting the hockey team, or whatever. Look, these hockey guys are grown. They know what they're doing. If they want to be associated with this mess, then that's their business. I do not approve of that message. I don't think anyone should want to be associated with an administration, as Ilhan Omar has said, that has, under their watch, this regime has killed Americans. And all of the other unsavory, unlawful things that are going on, especially the misogyny. Now remember, the women won too, before the men. And the women got the invitation after the men, and you know what the women said? Hell no. Women usually always get it right. I mean, usually women get it right. Men are, women stand on business. This is a women's hockey team explaining why they said, hell no.
Even if the White House offered to send a military plane to pick us up now, we would refuse without hesitation. Refusing the invitation isn't just about scheduling conflicts. It's about not accepting that the gold medal we earned with blood and sweat is being used as a tool for politicians to avoid trouble. You've all seen that video. The president, in a call with the men's ice hockey team, publicly said we have to invite the women's team too. If they aren't invited, I believe I'll probably be impeached. Listen to that. This isn't an invitation. First of all, we won the gold medal on the 19th, and it wasn't until 3 days later during the president's call with the men's team that he casually mentioned inviting us. In contrast, the men's team received a personal video call from the president on the day they won, along with a chartered White House plane and priority invitations. And us? We didn't even have time to adjust our schedules. This is just for show. Secondly, there's the difference between the men's and women's teams. We can only take commercial flights, check in our own luggage, and handle all the check-in procedures ourselves with no one supervising us the whole time. Meanwhile, the men's team has dedicated personnel and a medical team with them. This is a blatant denigration of women's sports. We're both trying to win glory for our country, so why should we be just dispensable decorations? We've always said that sports have nothing to do with politics, and we will never allow them to be used as a political gimmick.
Thank you. Temu, you're right. Women be knowing. I want to hang out with her. I want to be friends with her. She is amazing. And congratulations to those ladies, those champions, for winning. And not only that, for understanding the time that we're in. And for not only that, for being aware, but for being awake. What the people like to call woke, a term that they co-opted when it means just being aware. See, just being aware. Those dudes are not that, they're not awake. They don't understand what's happening. Maybe they just want to be used as props. Maybe they just want to be associated with this authoritarian regime that has taken over the country right now. Look, if they want to do that, that's their right to do it. But these women know what's going on, and they say what? Hail to the no. So I showed you some women soccer, American soccer team, women's soccer team. Congratulations. My hat off to you. So you're welcome to come on this program anytime. I'll fly you here to come on the thing if you guys want to come. I don't know if I can do all of you, but, a captain or a co-captain or two, maybe a goalie or something. But anyways, congratulations to them, not just on their win there, but just their win overall. They are the ones who are actually winning. And you're right, D, that's all. I agree. Women always get it right. And they did. Especially black women during the election. They know. I said hockey, Don, it's hockey. Did I say something besides hockey? Did I say something wrong?
You said soccer.
Maybe I said soccer. I'm sorry. I meant hockey. Sorry. Pardon me. Hockey. My bad. It's just, we went to bed late last night. But you guys know what I'm talking about. No disrespect to them. I love them. I'm sorry I said soccer instead of hockey. My humblest, my deepest apologies for that. So hockey. Okay, so speaking of glazing, I want to show you guys something that is the biggest number one glazer. Close with the glazing. But first, a word from our sponsors. Today's episode of the Don Lemon Show is sponsored by Surfshark. We live online. Banking, shopping, messaging, all of it. That's why I use a VPN. Surfshark is fast, easy to install, and connects you automatically to the faster server available, the fastest one available. It encrypts your data, especially on public Wi-Fi, so your passwords, photos, and private messages stay private. One thing I really like is the email scam checker. It can scan emails to see if they're phishing attempts, and you get alerts if your personal information shows up in leaked databases. So you can change your logins before hackers get in. If you have kids, their web content blocker lets you set parental controls on devices. And the best part, one subscription covers unlimited devices at the same time. They operate in 100 countries, and they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee so that you can try it risk-free. So go to surfshark.com/DonLemon and use the code DonLemon at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Our show is sponsored by MSI Reproductive Choices, a global leader in women's reproductive health care. across Africa and Asia. MSI provides care to women who often have little or no access to family planning. Now, I've watched the stories. Women whose farming and fishing livelihoods are threatened by climate change, who want the ability to choose if and when to start a family. Students who want contraception so that they can finish school without fear of an unplanned pregnancy. Government funding cuts have made access harder, but MSI is still going strong because of everyday people stepping up, everyday people just like you. And for $39, you can provide a full year of contraception for 6 women. That's real impact. So text LEMON to 511-511 to donate, or go to msiunitedstates.org. That's M as in modern, S as in safe, I as in informed, msiunitedstates.org. Text LEMON to 511-511 or visit msiunitedstates.org to learn more and give today. Text fees may apply. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Now, all right, I hate to do this to you, but RFK Jr. Now, you know this was the president's speech, roundly panned. There are some Republicans who are glazing him, but they know it was bad and it was long. But here's RFK Jr.
I mean, I think he did a really great job at laying out a very, very compelling case for the strongest year that maybe any president's had, maybe in history, at least since Franklin Roosevelt's first 100 days.
Okay. My favorite thing to do is to fact check. Andy, pull up the thing that I gave you, the consumer price reports. Okay. So there's a consumer price report that just shows you, because they're saying this is the greatest since or whatever. And we can talk about the economy. The economy is not great. There are some improvements, but then there are places where it is lagging. Let's just go over just a couple of these that you see on here. Okay. Whole milk per gallon in 2025, January 2025, when Joe Biden was president, just when Donald Trump took over, 403. Now it's at 404. That is up 0.2%. Bread loaf, 198 when Biden left. Now it's at 205, up 3.5%. Ground beef per pound, $5.59 when Joe Biden left. Now it's $6.18, 10.2% increase. Sirloin steak, $11.97 for Biden, $14.03, up 17.2%. Chicken breast, $4.32. Now it's $4.86, plus 12.5%. Bacon, $7.12. Now it's $7.89, up 10%. Apples, $1.88. Now they're $2.05, up 9%. You guys see what I'm saying? Potatoes, same thing. Ground coffee, that is really crazy. Look at the ground coffee, $6.99. Now it's $7.89. That's 12%. Gasoline is down. Started coming down under Joe Biden. It is down. Electricity, though, when he says energy is down, and it's like people are like, no, it's not. It's up 5.9%. Natural gas, again, meaning monthly. Natural gas, oh my gosh, your energy bills are down. That's what he's saying. No, it's not. It's gone from $1. It's gone from 102 to 111. Plus 8.8%. The rent is too damn high. Average rent from $1,372 to $1,445, plus 5.3%. Home insurance is up by 19%. The laundry detergent is up 6.4%. Toilet paper pack up 5.9%. Dish soap 8.8%. Auto insurance 16.7%. And you have this man standing there telling you that things are down and they are great. Are you buying that bullshit? But Donald Trump is trying to pretend that one of the things that's causing those things to go up is because the folks who are selling them to you, the folks who are making them, are paying higher numbers because of the tariffs. But this is what he said about the tariffs, and spitting in the face of the Supreme Court and the Congress at the same time, a slap in the face to them by saying, I don't like your decision, Supreme Court. And by the way, Congress, while, Mike Johnson is standing behind him, I don't need you. I'm going to do my own damn tariffs, even if it's going to cost the American people more. Watch.
knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful, country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved.
Pause. Did you hear that? He said congressional actions will not be required. So he doesn't give a shit about the Congress. He doesn't need them. Look at Mike Johnson. And watch. Mike Johnson's going to stand up like a trained SEAL. Watch.
As time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Mike Johnson stands right up. We don't need you, Congress. What is wrong with these dudes? What is wrong with these dudes? Now, this is, I want to show this. This is CNN. Look, and I don't want to give any shade here, but just put up the pictures. Just pause it, Andy. This is CNN. And they're talking about, they were asking people, I guess they were in swing states or whatever, swing state voters react to Trump's address. Like, what are they like? Is this, are they in an Applebee's? Like, what? I said it, and I was like, are they in a Bennigan's? Andy, what did you say they were in a what?
TGI Fridays eating half-priced apps.
TGI Fridays eating half-price apps. What is this? Come on, y'all. Oh. That's pretty good, Andy. Okay. This woman has a point, though. Roll it.
I didn't like the speech because he did not talk about what he was doing to make our lives better. As Governor Spanberger said, is the president working to make our lives better? No. James Carville said, it's the economy. And it still is the economy. And he's not talking about that at all.
Wait, what about the Trump accounts? What about the tax cuts? Did that move you at all? Did that make you feel like he's on your side?
No. No, it did not.
Why not?
He talked about the health care plan. Where is his health care plan? People's health insurance premiums are going up. What is he doing for that? What is he doing for our seniors?
And just
If you don't want to know the truth, don't ask a woman. And especially don't ask a black woman. She's going to tell you in your face. This is some bullshit. And he's talking about tariffs. And she's like, where's my healthcare plan? What about the economic plan for us and not for the rich people? But in the meantime, look at him like lumbering there. I was concerned. I was like, is he going to keel over? And take a look at his hand. Look at his hands. Like I said, what is going on there? It's obviously makeup, but something is bizarre. I'm not wishing any ill on the man, but I mean, maybe he needs to slow down or something, or be healthier. I don't know what's up. Something's, I'm not a doctor, but he was holding on for dear life to that podium, leaning over. You say what you want about Joe Biden. I've never seen Joe Biden leaning over the thing. Anyhow, that's where we are today. That's where we are today. Last night was some bullshit. Last night was some BS. If you would like to know anything about The Don Lemon Show, you can go to donlemon.com. Everything you need to know there. I'm just going to go through this quickly, okay? The watch button at the top, that is for our YouTube page. You can click on that. You can become a subscriber. It's free. Or you can become a paid member by hitting the join button. Very reasonable. It's what you pay for coffee. Even at our highest membership is what you pay for coffee probably in a week or two, okay? And so, and you get to be on the program. You get special perks. We have private chats, all the things, okay? And some of the legends get discounts on some of the merch, okay? And a preview of the merch before everybody else and other things, all right? So, and then back out of donlemon.com, go back to donlemon.com. And if you click on stream, that last one to the right, that is Twitch. And so, like and subscribe over on the Twitch. We are live. You can see us there. If you can put the like, there we go, over on the Twitch. We appreciate it. You can become a paid subscriber or a free subscriber. And if you're a member or a subscriber on the YouTube, go over to the Twitch and do it as well. Also, back out to donlemon.com and go to the bottom. There you go to the Substack. And if you go to our Substack, same thing. If you are a member or a subscriber on YouTube, go subscribe over there. It doesn't cost you anything if you want to do it for free. It'd be great if you want to become a paid subscriber or whatever. And then we have special programming for all of these. Our Twitch folks get special programming. Stand by, Twitch folks. I got some stuff for you coming up. Same thing for Substack. Special programming tailored just for you, Substack and for Twitch. Okay, so thank you for that. Back out. And then, of course, our merch store is on donlemon.com. And you can click on merch. We've got some great stuff up there, including these new shirts. The first one is my favorite because I look like I'm in a 1970s sitcom. It's the Don Lemon Show. Doo-doo-doo. Don Lemon Show is sponsored to you by blah, 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 blah. And then I come back and I'm in some harrowing situation. Anyways, so this is all in my head. I feel like when I'm doing this stream of consciousness thing, sitting here with my tea, it feels very Wendy Williams to me. I miss Wendy on the TV in the morning at 10 a.m., which is why I do this. You love her or hate her. That woman was some good TV. I mean, she could just sit there and talk and sip her tea and talk shit about people and even herself, and pull notes out of her wig. I miss the Wendy. So anyways, and then also on donlemon.com on the merch store, if you go to the merch store, we've got some new t-shirts to turn the TV off, and we've got the t-shirts that are to protect, goes to all the profits go to the Committee to Protect Journalists, okay? So go support that if you will, and there you go. So be informed without being inundated. I'm going to see you at On Air Fest, and I'm also going to see you back here at 5 p.m. So again, I want you to be informed without being inundated until I see you back here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time here on the Don Lemon Show on the Don Lemon channel. I hope that you have a great rest of the day until we see you at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, turn the TV off. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Your support means the world to us. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a show. We're live every weekday at 10 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time with new clips dropping at 2 p. and 8 p. And if you want even more Don Lemon Show content, join the Lemon community. Members get exclusive posts, behind-the-scenes videos, and live chats just for you. So hit the join button or visit our channel page to sign up. Thanks again for all your love and your support, and I'll see you next time.